It didn't seem to go on right now. It's recording.
Okay, yeah, I think it's good. And sometimes if it stops for some reason, there's a button to restart the recording. But yeah. Anyway, it looks like we have Tanya joining us too, so welcome.
Dr. Tanya, how are you? Why don't you take your mute off and say hi?
Hi, I'm doing good. How are you?
Pretty good. I am the fuzz that was. Dr. Cowan is the teacher of this course.
Awesome.
Steve is the designer.
Taking it. So yeah, I joined a little early just because last 8 weeks I had a few issues sometimes with the Zoom. So I thought I better jump on and make sure everything's working.
Yeah. It's always a good idea. I tend to kind of lurk on those meetings real early too. So
yep.
Anyway.
So one question that people have already is, what are the groups? And Dr. Cowan will be, it's just that we assign the group members. We don't allow you to choose.
Okay. Yeah. And I think this morning I just saw like I was in I said group 1, but a couple hours ago it did show who was in my group. So I was able to finally see that. It might have just taken a while to
I don't think that worked right.
Oh, okay.
I think there might have been a mistake where one of the groups was set to allow people just to add themselves. And unfortunately, we hadn't added people to groups yet. So we're going to be fixing that. But
okay.
Because you often can't choose your work at a company, we want to get people working with a variety of people. And I know that may not be ideal for some situations, but we think pre-assigning groups has been the better way to do this in the past. And Steve is actually the one who's taught this specific class and designed it, a whole variety of other project classes. So I'm kind of deferring to him, at least tonight, to kind of get things going with his structure, and then we'll work from there.
Yeah,
yes, I think it's great, because oftentimes we tend to want to partner up with people we know or may live close by. However, I think with COVID, we've learned over the past several months, year, how to really use technology and how to use Zoom and how to do this thing and how to collaborate with people. So I think it's great that you guys kind of do it at random, and it does get us to know other people, as these people will probably continue courses with us over the next several months. So
yeah, and I've tried it a whole variety of ways. I'll be telling people more about myself in a minute, but right now I am still up in Portland, Oregon until December 14th. I've been teaching at Portland State University. I'm from New Mexico, I'm moving back there or at least we'll be down there in December. And we have an executive MBA program up here where they have a very strong cohorts, and they tend to work together with the same people. But even there, we pre-assign groups to kind of get people to work with different folks every so often, because even though it can be comfortable working with the same people, you need to be able to deal with those different personalities and group dynamics. So, we'll see how this goes.
Anya, I'll just say that there is no way we can allow people to do their own groups, because it'd take 3 weeks, and that's 3 weeks. There's only 8 weeks in the class. We just can't do it.
Yeah, so, no, I think it's great.
Dr. Chavez, how are you doing? You got any questions for us? You got to unmute thyself. Alan.
You can call me Dr. Chavez if you want.
Yeah, we give everybody a promotion here.
By the way, folks, please call me Kelly. Dr. Walsh and myself always introduce ourselves this way. I typically just like to be called Kelly, and I think Steve's okay with us just calling him Steve. So
it is. I like to call all my students doctor. So
okay.
Any questions so far, Alan?
No, the only thing I had a question about is that I think in one of your classes, your office hours are the same time as what we're meeting on our Zoom meetings.
That's right, they are, and that is the office hour. The Zoom it's an online course, so online courses have Zoom office hour.
Okay.
So we'll try to get all your questions answered here tonight. And today it's mainly going to be orientation to get up and running. And I'll be explaining this all to everybody in a moment. I am kind of taking over the class for Steve, but he set it up and he's helping kind of walk us through this first night here. And we may call on his expertise once or
Oh, I
twice,
hope
but I'm
not.
going to do my best.
Let me introduce
Take
Faye,
everything over.
Dr. Faye here. Faye, you would
Dr.
like
Faye.
it.
I love it. Dr. Faye. Okay.
Faye is our expert on Primavera, and she just helps everybody and your groups, which we pre-assign, which we haven't done yet in this class. Let me just ask, I'll just go this way, I do it anyway. Dr. Hannon, Amber, what do you got for us? You have any questions? Gotta unmute, Amber.
Unmute. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh, I'll
down
go
at the bottom left of the screen.
There you go.
One trick is if you press the Alt and Tab button and hold it down, it unmutes you. And as soon as you release it, it remutes you. So I've learned a couple of tricks while I've been doing Zoom classes.
Amber, what's up? Everything good? Okay. Dr. KU, Kansas University. How you doing? Unmute thyself and introduce thyself.
Hi, yeah, I'm Kay. I'm one of the students and looking forward to learning more about what this class is gonna have for us. Thank you.
Let me just keep going. Dr. Montoya, Jason, how are you?
Let's see. Yeah, Jason Montoya.
He's unmuted. Say hello, Jason. Maybe not.
There might be some people that are having some little video things.
Dr.
which
Harris,
sometimes
Wendy.
happen.
How you doing? Tell us, give us a big New Mexico hello.
Hello, I'm good.
Everything good so far? No, you will be assigning groups for everybody, so you don't get to choose, we assign. Dr. Quee, Thomas, how are you?
I'm
see
fine. Yourself, sir?
You have a boat there, and
I'm inside my truck. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
but
A
it's
boat would
okay.
be nice too.
Hmm.
You had a battleship or something like that.
Thinking about his lake house or something, you know. I don't know.
Any questions specific? Not really.
Not as of yet, sir. I'm sure as the week goes on, I'll have more questions. But until then, I'm just ready for anything.
Okay.
Trying to stay on my toes.
Dr. Ben Hodge, Ben, unmute and say hello.
Hello, how's it going?
Pretty good. Any questions or anything?
No, not at this time. Thank you
Good.
though.
Okay.
Dr. Murphy, what do you have for us? You don't have a first name, so I can't call you anything else. Got to unmute and say hello. Oh, it doesn't seem to work for you.
Dr. Walsh, I actually do have a question.
Sure, okay.
My button. On the reading, it says to read the Primavera Handbook, page 3 to 10,
Yep.
which is the PDF file, and that all of that is the content.
Yeah, that's
that
right.
Right? Oh, okay. Okay.
Then we just want, if you have any problem with Primavera, I just want you to know what the table of contents tells you to go to. That's it.
All right.
And then you'll have to pick them up when you think you have them. Dr. Montoya, Jason, can you get to us? Oh, I can't hear you. We care about you deeply, though. All right.
We care about all our students, yes.
Yes.
Especially
See.
Steve. He cares
Yeah.
more than most.
Nobody cares as much as you
Nobody,
do. Really.
nobody. Yeah.
Pacheco, Dr. Pacheco, Denise, how are you and what do you have for us?
I don't have anything for you, but I am excited to be here.
Thank you. Doctor,
Well, I tell you what, since it's 5 o'clock, why don't we just say just a few words to welcome anyone
6
who's here
o'clock.
now, and then we can, okay, sorry, I mentioned a minute
Go
ago
ahead
that
and
I'm
welcome.
still in Oregon for a couple more months, but so it's 5 o'clock here, but I'm from New Mexico. I'm going down there real soon. And I'm very familiar with UNM. I got my bachelor's and master's there, and I got my PhD up here at Portland State, where I've been teaching for the last few years. Worked at Sandia and did some tech, mainly in technology licensing there, and did a lot of project management related things. So I had been asked to take over this class from Dr. Walsh, from Steve. And we're kind of using his structure. So he's here tonight to kind of help walk us through a couple of things. And then we're going to, I'll take this over and we'll kind of go our own way. We also have an expert here in Primavera, which is Faye, and she'll be talking in a minute here. And what we'd like to do tonight is we'd just like to hear from each one of you. We'd like to at least say hi, let us know if you've got any questions, and then we'll go over, a couple of things just to make sure that you're clear on everything that we need to do in this class. So does that sound good, Steve?
Oh, you're the boss. I'm just.
All right.
I like to. Faye, do you want to say some things? Where are you, Faye?
Oh, yeah, I'm here. I just had to get off of mute. Yeah, welcome everybody. Looking forward to working with you this 8 weeks on your projects. So if you ever have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. If you have any questions on the videos or putting your projects together, all right? I'm here to help you to be successful.
Great. Steve and I have obviously used Primavera, but we feel like Faye uses it far more than us. So we want you to have a consultation with an actual state-of-the-art expert rather than somebody who just kind of manages to get by and do the basics. So we have obviously studied many types of project management and used many different types of tools, but Primavera is an excellent tool for doing this. And, just one of several, but probably becoming one of the
reason we use Primavera is it because that the 3 of the anchor employers in New Mexico use Primavera as their primary tool. And it is a pathway to getting a job. There's always a reason for what we do, and that's why we do that. Dr. Pacheco, Denise, I saw you take off mute, and we did ask you there, so go ahead.
Yes, I was wondering on the video on the introduction,
Aha.
does it have to be from like the, I don't know how to say that, Cultura?
Oh,
Or could we,
Kaltura.
yes, or could we do it like another video from like maybe our phone or?
Well, I don't know. I just know how to use Kaltura.
Okay.
But
I'd be
Kelly,
open to a variety of formats.
so Kelly's better.
I can even send out some links for some other tools if you guys want, but let's.
No, that's all right. It's fine. Whatever you want to do is good.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Dr. Wood, Hannah, how you doing? Or should I say Hannah Montana?
Sure, I've been known as that. I'm doing well.
Okay. Anything you need to tell us a little about yourself? How wonderful you think this class is.
Yeah,
unfortunately, I'm a lot better looking than the new guy, but what can we do?
Well, I can't compete with Steve on that. He's a very sharp dresser.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
Any questions, Hannah?
Not at the moment. No, thank you. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, Dr. Vanderbush, Tanya, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I don't have any questions at the moment. I'm just looking forward to taking this course.
There was a couple of questions. One was, it said that office hours were the same as our Zoom hours, and that's true. Because this is an online class, the Zoom hours are the office hours.
I'm going to make sure to give you guys a little opportunity for some synchronous interaction. Frankly, well, I mentioned a little in my introduction letter, welcome letter, and I did a little, I posted just like you all the introduction thing. It would be great if you could post something just telling us a little bit about yourself and your background in project management. And I've typically taught either synchronous classes where it's face Zoom or in classes, but I've done a couple of asynchronous years ago and recently, and it is a little bit of a different experience. Could I get a show of hands on just how many people have done an asynchronous fully online class? If people know what the hand tool is under reactions.
Oh my goodness, everybody's,
All right.
they're better
Cool.
than we are. I've only done a few myself.
This is great to see that so many people have done it. I just wanted to get an idea because in one of the previous classes that I did fully asynchronous, nobody had done it before. But it looks like you guys are pretty experienced. So that's great to know that it looks like the majority of folks are familiar with the kinds of things you have to do. So good, this will actually go really well.
Okay,
And I'll do my best to help make things easy for you. And we may need to, especially tonight, talk to Steve a little bit because he set up the class, but I'm going to be taking on this role for him to help him out so that Steve has to teach him
he's the teacher. I'm the
things.
fuzz.
And he, yeah. And
I'm the
so-
fuzz that was.
All right.
Dr. Rivera, Ryan, you got some things for us?
No, sir, I don't have anything right now.
Sir, I love this. Doesn't happen very often. Steve's better. Dr. Adams, Brad, what do you have for us?
Nothing from me. I was excited to take this course.
Okay.
Excellent.
Wahid, Dr. Is I say that right? John, is it Wade or Wahid?
Wade.
Okay.
Good afternoon, Steve. Excited to be here.
Thank you. Let's see what we got here. Did I get to? Now I'm going to have a hard time. I'm going to call you Dr. Arturo. Izoya.
Yeah, my name's Arturo Lozoya. It's a little harder to say, but yeah, that's me.
Close.
Yes, sir.
All right. You doing okay? Everything fine with the class?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just combing through Learn and looking forward to the semester.
Great.
We have two Pachecos here. We have Monica, Dr. Monica Pacheco. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I don't have no questions about the class. Started working through it today and nothing has popped out to me yet.
Okay. Well, we'll be around. We're easy to get a hold of. HMY, Jaime? Dr. Jaime? That's
Hi.
Hi there.
Hi, I don't have any questions about this course now. Thank you.
okay.
I mean, it makes sense the first night that you guys aren't going to have quite as many questions. We were largely just making sure to introduce ourselves so that folks realize that, Steve had set up the class and I'm going to take this over for him and run things. And we wanted to make sure folks were familiar with the tasks that you needed to do this week. And I had got a couple questions today, which I tried to answer through email, but I figured that some of these things would get answered tonight. So if I don't answer your question tonight, or if I haven't had a chance to email you yet and you're here, please just ask me now and I'll try to answer it right now, and that'll just save a little bit of time. Oh, and if I could ask one more thing, since I asked you all to raise your hands a minute ago, if you don't have a current, go ahead and just lower that hand. And if you do have a current question, just raise your hand and we'll be happy to answer whoever has a question.
Let's see, Dr. McPherson, Joni, do you have anything for it?
Hi, I guess the only thing right now is I'm kind of slowly getting to everything, but I noticed that my name wasn't in the team assignments.
I know, it's a bad, we have to we're going to send, this always happens the first 2 or 3 days. So we send out the teams like the third day.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, so we're going to be assigning those. That's typically the way in an 8-week class we do it. It tends to move so fast that it's tough to have people negotiating for teams. We'll just assign you into a group, and I don't anyone. I think there was a little confusion because one of the groups might have been set to allow people just to join, but we are going to have to look at everybody and just kind of pop you into groups and
Sure.
get you working with somebody.
So last semester, we found that there were, within the first 2 days, like a whole bunch of new people and old people and stuff like that.
Yeah. Steve, I see a couple folks still have their hands up too, so maybe
go ahead.
If they have, I see Jason and then I see Victoria. So Jason, why don't we hear from you first and then Victoria, you're next.
Hi there, can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, it's
great.
Great.
I just had, one of the questions I had was in the announcement that was sent out for the class, the introductory announcement, it mentioned that our discussion posts would be due prior to midnight on Friday. However, the course schedule and the dates to remember have those due prior to midnight on Thursday. I'm wondering.
I think the course schedule, it's Thursday and Saturday. If I accidentally said Friday in the email, that was a mistake. But yeah, I think on the course page I say Thursday and Saturday. So sorry if I mixed something up there.
Okay. The other question I had was, are these these weekly Zoom meetings, are they going to be mandatory meetings, or is it just if we have questions? Or
They're not mandatory. They're not mandatory. I will tell you, is Faye here? Faye, the people that come to these and get help from you, do they do on average much better than the other student groups?
Yeah, I find that to watch your schedules all the time. I'm willing to look at schedules whenever you send me a note, you come to class, I'll walk you through it. Don't wait to the last minute, because what happened last semester, just before everybody had to hand everything in, Primavera went down and everybody was in, not everybody, but those who are way behind were in a bind. So keep up with the work on the schedule. Always ask questions. Don't wait to the last minute. If something's not clear in the video, I'm more than willing to walk it through with you or give you more explanation. If you have a question, I'm sure somebody else does the same question.
And just to, and thanks. And just to add, Jason, obviously we try to be flexible to people. And if you absolutely can't come, that's fine. We do recordings as well, but it really does pay to be able to ask questions to Faye and other folks or to me. A lot of times you guys learn from each other and the questions that you ask. So, when possible, it is a good idea to really stay up with this stuff and come to these office hours. But no, we're not taking attendance and grading you on whether you're here. We're just trying to help you out, make sure that you succeed in the class.
Okay, thank you.
Dr. Montoya, Victoria, you have your hand up.
I think you're still on mute, Victoria.
You're on mute, Victoria. Well, maybe she stepped away or something.
Okay. Well, she'll probably get back to us in a minute. So who all have we not heard from yet?
Dr. Jason H., tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hello, I'm happy to be taking the class and happy you're holding a Zoom meeting tonight. My initial problem was in logging in, all the dates were kind of the first half of the semester, but I think that's been fixed. I logged in later in the day and it looked like it was
interesting,
kind of reset. Yeah.
I did my best to make sure that the dates were updated here. I know in some of Steve's videos, somebody told me I watched Steve's video and all the dates were different, but that's because he made the video for the first half of the term. I think in the future, what we'll do when we remake the videos is I try, rather than putting in dates, to just mention the week number that we're at. So that way we don't have to redo the videos all the time when we change terms. So let me know if anything looks wrong. I think I correctly identified each week that the assignments are due, but because we had to transition this class a little last week and Steve wanted me to do it, I had to I may have made a mistake here and there, a little typo or something.
Probably my mistake. So I love this guy, Dr. iPhone, Richard. You do. Can you, it's *6 from the iPhone that demutes you, Richard.
All right.
Go ahead, Richard, say hello. Not working? Doesn't love us?
Do you hear me now?
Yes, I do. You're the man, the myth, the legend.
Hello, my name is Richard Martinez. I have no questions. I just pretty much came to join in and see the introductions, and I'm excited to take this class. So thank you.
Travis, Dr. Lagergan, I guess it is. Can you say hello and tell us a little bit about any questions?
Yeah, you were close there, Lonergan, but hello, yes, my name is Travis Lonergan, and no questions so far, but excited to take class.
Okay, Dr. Alex Stosa.
Stoika.
Okay, not so good.
That's fine. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about taking this class, and I have no questions at the moment. I'm pretty sure I'll have some later on.
Oh, that's good. Malia, Dr. Malia, can you say hello to us? You're on mute. There you go.
Okay. Hi, my name is Malia Lee, and no questions so far. Just excited and a little bit nervous to have to be in the class.
A little fast, these things are. I guess Marullo, Kalen, Dr. Kalen Marullo, Cailyn.
Steve is promoting everyone to doctor tonight, so this is good.
Yeah. Do you have?
Hi.
How
Hi,
bad
I
did
don't
I
have any-
mess that up?
Not bad. It's Kaylin Marujo.
Okay, not so bad.
No, I don't have any questions, and I'm excited for the semester.
Good.
Hi, my name is.
Dr. Martin Lucas, I guess it is. Right.
Hello. Yeah, it's Lucas. Thank you. No questions at the moment. I am noticing that some of the assignments in the My Grade section still reflect, I believe, this past semester. So
I'm sorry.
not sure if you're aware of that.
Okay, thanks for pointing that out. I saw in the chat that a few people mentioned that, and I was saying I'll fix that. I did my best to update things from Steve last week, but I might have missed something. And I think syllabus, you'll see that, I tried to give you the idea of the correct date there, but there might be something somewhere on the website that's still a little bit wonky, and we'll get it fixed right away.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you. I just wasn't sure if you were aware. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Dr. Kennison, Lindsay, how are you?
Hi, doing great. Just kind of trying to get my bearings, so no questions yet.
Well, we'll get the Dr. Murphy, Rachel, can you talk to us, or have you been able to?
Yeah, I figured it out. Yeah, it's my first class of the program. Excited to get into it and to meet everybody.
So I have a couple questions for, I think, did we not get to, oh, one more. Dr. Randall Matthew, are you there?
Steve, on the chat, Randall says nothing from me. Some people might be having trouble with audio.
Okay. Dr. Ramirez, I love your first name. Steve, do you have something for it?
Hi there. Like everyone else, I'm excited to be in this class. This is actually my last class.
Oh my goodness.
Finishing out my master's in construction management. So I'm outside of the school here, taking this as an elective course. So
well, you're great. The construction management is our partner with this, and Dr. Taha is really an exceptionally good professor over there. Anybody else we didn't get to? I think you'll find these to be pretty useful. I'm not telling you you have to come to all of them or anything. I'm just telling you you're going to find these things useful. We are, Jumpstart is the book. It's we have a little bit from the best book in project management, It's a Humphreys book. The reason why you're not using it is it weighs about 40 pounds and it costs about $180. So we went with Jumpstart. But you'll see that we have one chapter of that, guys, and Mr. Humphreys is probably one of the founders of the field, and it's kind of neat. I think you'll have. I'm going to tell you, you're going to have problems with Primavera. You're going to have problems. If we did Microsoft Word, you'd have problems with that. I mean, Microsoft Project. If we did Project Libre, you'd have problems with that. But we're going to try to do is get you the one that not only, I will just say that since we're fed heavy here, Primavera is the tool of choice. In other words, anybody that does not use it in any federally funded research lab or any government agency has to state why they're not using it. It's not that you don't see it somewhere else. It's just this is the one that is the issue. Now we do have a professor that's become an Oracle Academy professor. So, and that allows us to get this for free. One of the problems with our IT issue is that every time that it updates, the darn folks in UNMIT drop it. And so we have to get on with them and make sure. Usually takes 2 or 3 days. Unfortunately, the last week it went down and it took me 5 days. I'm sorry that some of the dates are incorrect, but we'll try and get those for you.
That should be pretty easy to fix. And I think in general, what we want you to know is that the week that you need to do certain things and the day of the week, like Thursdays and Saturdays, that you need to do those posts. So the exact date isn't as important as just the day of the week or the week that a project is due.
Does everybody know what a rubric means? You'll see them all over do people know what that is?
Yes, sir.
Okay, because we try really hard to get the rubrics there for you.
We want you to
so
know how we're grading things and what you need to complete the assignment successfully.
And even though I think, for example, the rubric on your post is out of 15 points every week, where you have to post your own and then respond. Well, you have to post to the professor's question, then respond to 2 students. It gets you to interact with the students other students a little bit. But you'll see that that's worth X number of percent of your final grade, which has little to do with the 15, but you'll see that that's just a percentage issue thing.
Steve, I'm also seeing there have been some questions about those Primavera logins. I know we requested Primavera logins, I think, for everyone who is registered, and I'm assuming in a couple of days or so we'll get a response back with that information.
Well, we already have one person that is Joni. You weren't on a list, right? Dr. McPherson.
If there is someone who's recently added, just put a message in the chat and we'll make sure. We will need to know a little bit of information.
It takes 3 days to get it uploaded. So we started last Friday. We expect them open tomorrow.
Yeah, we just need your UNM net IDs, and when you log in, we'll be able to see certain information like your banner ID when you register, and with that information, we can request the login for you. Also, Faye, this might be more of a question for you. We're using the web-based version of Primavera, so it would work on both the Mac and PC, or are we using the client server based?
Timeout.
Okay.
We're using the web version, correct? Mac doesn't work so good. Now, a few people who are very computer illiterate have gotten it to work, but mostly just PCs works really well. And you can use Chrome, Firefox, Edge in order to access it. So
the two in this class, it says you need a PC compatible computer to do it, because Primavera, because of Java, which is its baseline material, works exceptionally well, works better on PCs. You have to section out your computer if you do it on a Mac. Don't do that unless you're really good. And it doesn't work at all on a Chromebook.
Well, Chromebooks I can see have, some difficulties. I know some folks are dedicated Mac enthusiasts, and I think at least one person told me Mac. It's theoretically possible, but yes, Steve's right. That it probably works a little better on a PC. You can run a virtual machine on a Mac, which basically inside the little window, it turns PC, and you can try to run it in there. I haven't used a Mac in a little while, so I haven't really tried it myself, but I know it's theoretically possible.
No, we had one person in the last 8 weeks do it. And you can do it. It's just, I don't want to make things harder for you. We don't support the Mac whatsoever. And, but if you want to try and do it, please do.
Great.
In the notes here, I put the link for Primavera again for you. I also told you what node you'll be putting your project in. It's the 401. And it also has today's date on it, because I'm still finishing up with last semester's group because Primavera went down. So they're still going to be on it for another week. We've given them an extension. So I differentiated the 401 class by the dates. And I also gave everybody my information contact. When you email me with questions or need help, please put both emails, my work and my personal, on there, because when I'm on site, I cannot have a cell phone any longer. So I can't see my email, personal email, but I can get my work emails. And then secondly, I have a cell phone, and I gave you that cell phone number. You can text me or call me. That'll work too.
Thanks, Dave. We appreciate that.
Yeah,
Definitely
you're going to
needed.
find that that's useful. and
Especially towards the end of the 8 weeks.
I will tell you, you're going to ask me, what kind of project do you have to have? The project is anything you want to do. It's up to your group. Thank you, Alan. Okay. And we've had people build houses, right? In this thing, actually.
In fact, I recall somebody mentioning construction management, and that is actually a very interesting area of project management. It's been difficult to estimate construction costs in the past, and I'd say the technology is getting better for that, but it's still one of those fields that hasn't been as heavy in using this kind of technology. And maybe if it did, you would have a real advantage in figuring out how construction estimating more efficiently.
Dr. Montoya, you raised your hand again, Jason?
Yes, so I'm a little confused. Are we?
Oh, that's never good.
It'll probably happen a lot. Are we going to be getting an email with our login information for Primavera, or is it somewhere in our modules or on the course?
Well, we're going to give an email. Well, what we've asked the people at Primavera to do is give us a list with the login number for all the students. We will be putting that up on the website. We also will be sending it out to all students, so you'll all have a login. It does, you can change your email, your login if you want to, it's fine. Faye, you might want to give 2 or 3 words about changing the login if you want.
Yeah, you can change your login if you choose to. I've never even changed mine. Courtesy in scheduling is you never, ever, ever touch somebody else's schedule. Got it? If your team, you're only, when you make one schedule for your team, everybody can use it. Share your password for that one. But I cannot make changes on any of you guys' schedule. I can advise you. I'll take pictures. I'll send it to you. But I would not go in there and just make random changes. It's just not good practices. All right. So I never changed mine. You can change it if you want, and there's an area to do that. If you need help to do that, I can help you. All right.
Jason, so thank you very much. And we only got everybody's name last week, so it's we're trying, and I guess there's been already some changes. And so you're going to get an email that puts you into groups. That's one email, one table. You'll get another table that has name, email, login for Primavera.
Great. Thank you.
And you'll get both of those on the web as well. They're on Blackboard Learn or Unlearn or whatever they do.
All right, so I guess I see a lot of questions on chat, and I've done my best to answer some of those. If you look at the recording of the session, you can go back and look at some of that too. It should save a copy of the chat. And just wanted to make sure if there were other questions that we addressed those as well. All right. Well, we'll give you some time. I know that the first night it's mainly orientation questions about how do I get going. You probably haven't had a chance to read
Let
all the
me
materials
tell you
yet.
one thing about the class, right? As you may or may not know, this is an MS is used for 2 MS programs and the MBA. And we developed this. We have a group, a board of advisors, and we had input from at least 16 companies into developing these courses, especially the introduction course. We're probably gonna make it mandatory. We have Lannel that wants to have you guys meet them. We have Sandia, we have Presbyterian, we have a number of other people, but they want to have a meet the students day, you meet the company day. And they have a number of, just so you guys all know, so far in this program, we have 100% placement. That means everybody's got a job. Doesn't mean we'll continue, just means for the last 10 years we have.
One of the things in many of Steve's classes, and I like to think I can do some of this as well, because Steve and I quite a bit, and but he does have great contacts, and many of the things that you learn in these types of classes are highly practical and have great success in getting students placed in jobs. So if that's what you're looking for, several of our classes can do that. Some of them, like the 519 class, actually include a paid internship with the class. So there are lots of things that I think you'll find to be highly practical. This won't be the kind of class that you go away from saying, how am I ever going to use this in my life? I think you'll find the many ways to use this.
So good. So we're going to do something. Rebecca Estrada says they have an enormous number of jobs and enormous number of interns, mostly virtual, I would imagine. And I would hope you guys would be interested. Sandia suggested they would like to do it, Presbyterian, a number of others, but the first one we're going to start off with is Lannel. Is that okay with everybody? Wendy, you think that's
I know a number of folks at Lannel, some of my other students, and they're mentioning that there's a great need for experienced project managers and even folks who are just starting out. That is a really good opportunity right now.
So, but one of the things we've always done is we always go in mass to these things. I'm going to tell you, it makes you and everybody else in the program look good if you attend. It'll be virtual, it'll be on a Zoom. We're going to try and get you to attend. And that, so it'll be an assignment that you have to do. So any questions, any other questions?
Looks like we're getting grins in the chat, so you know that's
Well,
good.
grins, I don't know. So one of the things I hated, you know, I went to a real hard school. It's a school called Rensselaer, and we had the highest SAT scores in the country almost every year. And I got a 1 out of 100 on the test. And I wish I could tell you I didn't study for it, but I really did. And I beat 70 people in the class and I tied 50. Our tests are not developed for that. Our tests are developed to have you show us what you know, not try to trick you to show you what you don't know. And I have had people from at least 10 companies help me select and develop the questions for the test. So I'm telling you, this is as direct as I can get it. And so that's where we are. How'd I do, Faye? Anything else I should say?
No, I think you're good.
Okay.
Right on.
You won't see me again. You'll get the good looking young one. And you'll get Faye. I'll come occasionally.
Wait, aren't I good looking? Come on.
You're good too.
I'm
Well,
just
Faye
old.
is good looking. You get the two good looking young ones and not the old fart. And I see Wendy has red hair, and I have to say, Wendy, I am a red haired person as well, when I had hair. and we are the biggest minority in all humankind. Redheaded people are. So welcome to the minority, and I appreciate you being it.
I'm not part of the minority, it's fake.
Oh, well,
That's great.
Anyway, that's okay. Listen, I hope you have a good time with the class. I'm always available. And we'll have, you know, you already caught some things with the dates. We're just trying this stuff out. This is our second time. We're not here to make sure you, we try to be flexible. Is that a good way to say it, Faye?
Yes, I would say that.
And so we're interested in having you learn as much as you can. You know,
We'll do our best, and we appreciate Steve up for us. And like I say, I'm going to do my best to fill his shoes. Very big shoes, and he's also a very good-looking guy. So I'll have to. Really
it's okay. You're redheaded. I like you. There we go.
True. I was redder in the past. Yeah, my mom's more of the traditional bright red hair and super white skin, but I only got a little bit in, you know, some parts.
All right. Well, I thank you all. And if Kelly, you go ahead, I'm shutting up.
You know, this was really just for you guys to make sure that we get oriented tonight. You'll probably have questions next week. I wanted to make sure that we had Steve here since, you know, this was kind of his vision for setting up the class. I'm just doing my best to out and take away some of his workload because he teaches a bunch of classes. I have done a lot of these project management classes, so I'll do my best for you guys. And I think you'll find I'm pretty flexible, easy to work with. And we also have Faye, who's got great expertise in this. So I think between all of us, we will give you a great class, and just come with your questions, let me know. It doesn't all have to be, I think somebody said, you know, if you have questions other than Monday, can you ask? Of course, you know, you can just contact us and we'll do our best to respond. But we try to have a little bit of activity here on Monday nights. So that was pretty much it. We just wanted to give you guys a chance to get oriented, you in the right direction, and get you going.
We thank you very much for your time.
Yep.
Thank you both. We appreciate it.
Great.
Next week.
Thanks, everyone.
All right,
Bye.
guys. See you
Thank
soon.
you.
Take care.
Take care, everyone.
Thank you.